Hey, it's Jeremy from Jeremy.net. So, I've been playing around with a couple of different names for this series of videos where I analyze my work from figure drawing class and redraw it. I've called them figure drawing disasters, figure drawing nightmares. Kind of playing off the names of those like disaster or like either home renovation or plastic surgery reality shows. I just thought it was kind of clever. But as I sat down to do this video, I I was thinking back to conversations I've been having with my fellow classmates in figure drawing class about going back and redrawing your work, and I was telling them, basically I do an autopsy on my drawings, to figure out why they died. And I may play around with a few other names, but I really actually like the idea of calling it figure drawing autopsies. Because that's really what this is. It's me trying to take a semi analytical approach towards poor drawings and say trying to figure out what's wrong with it. Why didn't this work? Why did this drawing not come to life? And hopefully being able to use that information to, partly Frankenstein this thing, not necessarily to Frankenstein the bad drawings back into life, but to use what I learn so that when I'm in front of the model in the future, and just when I'm drawing in general, I can carry that knowledge of, oh, these are things that I've been doing wrong, and here are some possible solutions to that to make better work. So, this first drawing that I'm working on, this is one of those. I actually thought I was going to sit down and do a bunch of really quick drawings. So I thought I'd probably, in this session, I'd sit down and maybe take, 3, 4 different drawings and do quick studies of all of them, and maybe do a few multiple, like, small sketches. But this is one of those where sometimes the model gives you a pose that is just great, and you've got maybe 8 minutes, 10 minutes to draw them. And this is one of those where you're like, I could make a painting out of this. Like, even the little note that I put to the right where it says it should lean and twist a little bit more towards the left. In actual real life, this model gave us a pose where there was a dramatic force of the arm leaning forward. I think I was sitting in the front row, and that raised arm really felt like it was punching into the air above us. It was just really dramatic. It had a great feel. So I spent a lot more time on this. The class is supposed to be on costume and drapery. Yet I spent a lot more time working just on the anatomy and the sketch, trying to get the proportions down. Just the figure drawing alone, I wanted it to be better because it deserved better. It was a great pose. And even here, as I'm sitting finishing the feet, I looked up at my thumbnail, and in the actual time in front of the model, I got the proportion in terms of how far back the right foot was. But when I did my quick rough, I didn't really capture that. I mean, the leg really was receding into the back, and there was a significant difference in terms of like the ground plane of the front foot and the ground plane of the back foot. But I was like, well, you know what? I'm working on anatomy. This is going to be a drawing about drapery. It's not really the most important thing. I shouldn't get hung up on it. But as I got closer and closer to the bottom of that drawing, it was just gnawing at me. I had to go and erase that out and put the foot in the proper position. So, yeah, this was nice because I was able to really sit back and relax and enjoy the process of studying. A lot of times people feel frustrated that their drawings aren't coming out well, and they feel that it's tedious to do the process to repair them and to fix them and to study from them. But this is one of those where I was just looking at, nope, this isn't right, oops. And of course, Khaleesi has to make an appearance. That's one of our cats, Khaleesi. And I don't know why. She loves climbing up on my drawings whenever I'm working. She loves to climb on my drawing board. Even though I can't leave artwork on the board when I'm not in the room, because she will climb up there and climb on top of it. She also seems to love art books, because I actually took a picture of her the other day. She was sitting on my bookshelf on top of a bunch of my art books, and one of them was... two of them were art books by Carl Ganas, who's the instructor that I'm studying this class with. So I just showed him the picture because he's got some cats too, so I figured he'd get a kick out of it. Here we go. You know what? I guess I did get more drawings out of this session than I remember, because I thought I only did like 1 or 2. There's, I'm pretty sure there's one more after this, but yeah, for some reason I thought I only got 1 or 2, but it looks like I got a third drawing in here. And so for all of these, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's the fact that when you look at the initial drawing that's on the left, the same pose that's kind of in the center of that left-hand page, it's not a horrible drawing, but I didn't get a sense of the drapery didn't really feel like distinct volumes. And that's what I was trying to get here is to, and I still don't think I necessarily got it with this drawing either. This is probably another one that if I had more time, I could probably redraw 2 or 3 more times, and normally I would. I find that since I've been recording these and sharing this process of study with the in videos, that I haven't been going back and doing as many drawings of a piece as I normally would. Because a lot of times I will sit and I will just redraw the same one over and over and over, draw 4 or 5 times. And I think maybe I'll try to make it a point when I do my next video, I'll try to maybe do multiple versions of the same piece as opposed to doing 2 or 3 different drawings. Because a lot of times I feel like that's what makes the difference, is me looking at not just fixing one mistake, but trying to look at every single mistake that I made in a particular drawing and saying, all right, this is wrong. How do I approach it? That's wrong. How do I approach it? Going step by step until I now have a awareness of not just all the things that I did wrong, but a way of working and moving forward to fixing it. This one right here, this last piece, is the one that gave me the most trouble. And you can see why. Looking at this, there's a lot of dynamic foreshortening in this figure. And you know what? Again, like I said, I think I was in the front row this session. No, this is a different pose. It's a different model, a different night. But that said, I think I was still in the front row. So this model was basically a little bit below eye level in terms of me looking at her. So even though her legs were below my eye level, it really was like her sitting on a platform in front of me, coming right out at me. And this is one of the things that really trips me up when I'm doing these drapery studies, these costume studies, is sometimes the pose, it's no fault of the model. The model is supposed to take dynamic and challenging and interesting poses. But when they do that, I will end up spending a majority of my time just trying to get the pose right before, and I really hardly even get a chance to study the drapery, which is the point of this particular course, this session that I'm taking. And then I'm forced to make challenging decisions. Like I have to decide, do I want to keep pursuing this so that it feels like it's in proportion, or do I want to do a drapery study and do the point of the class on a drawing that is out of proportion? And there is no one set answer for that. I go back and forth. Some drawings I will sit there and I'll keep working on the anatomy. Some drawings I will say what's going on in the drapery is really important and unique and I need to study it. I go back and forth. It's an ongoing process. It's a conversation between me and the pencil. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please like and share them. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can sign up for my weekly newsletter to get a free digital comic at newsletter.jeremy.net. That's newsletter.gerimi.net. Also, visit my main website, jeremy.net, where you can buy my comic books, art prints, and more. There's also links to my Instagram, Twitter, and other social media accounts. That's it for now. Go be creative.